Hey everybody, welcome back to the Healthy Living Scottsdale Podcast. I am your host, Coach Adam, and sitting in today on the pod, we've got Coach Damon and Coach Tara. As always, before we get into our topic for today, which is going to have to do with some metabolic conditioning talk as we transition into a new phase here in the gym, we're going to go over and give creds to our client of the week. Damon, you want to take away who we got this week?
So the client of the week is going to be Dave Santiago. That guy's been killing it in the gym for the past few weeks. He's been crushing it with the Mets on his own during the Saturday workouts, during the times that I've been training. He's just been killing it.
Nice. Got anything on Dave, Tara?
I mean, Dave is Dave.
No, he's Mr. Reliable. Honestly, he's always here. And we'll get into it a little bit more with some stuff about like the Mets that we do here in addition to our regular training, but he will come in and crank those things out solo, which is both physically and mentally
challenging.
Not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely.
So major creds to Dave, a longtime member here, and shout out to him. So this week we're going to get into, we are currently you'll be listening to this, we'll be in a hypertrophy phase, but right now we're finishing up an integration week, which typically, we've talked about it before, a little bit lower intensity, overall volumes a little bit lower, almost like a deload week in preparation for our next phase, which will be a hypertrophy, where we kind of set clients up, I would say, to expect a lot of possible progress. It's a good phase for setting a goal going into it and having a good variety of both like the programming and the exercises and stuff where you can really make big moves, I think. So going to talk a little bit about metabolic conditioning, or METs for short. And this is something that we always like to mix in to the end of our regular strength training workouts. When you come in, you schedule a session with us, you have your 1 hour of resistance training, and then right about last 5 to 10-ish minutes, we usually try to do some kind of metabolic conditioning to, one, burn some excess calories, but help with a little bit the recovery process getting started and things like that. So you guys want to kick it off with what we do here sometimes for our METs in addition to our programming.
Go ahead, Tara.
Wait, clarify the question for me. Are you looking
We're
specifically
talking about
for the workouts?
How would you go about creating a metabolic workout for somebody, and how would you describe to them what you're looking for them to like kind of get out of it? Like if they're not doing a typical strength training day with us.
Okay. So typically for that metabolic conditioning workout, we're looking to, one, vary the energy systems that you're using. It allows you to touch both on that anaerobic, which you're going to see a lot in strength training. So anaerobic done without oxygen. So we're doing lower reps. Essentially, everything we do typically, even including endurance, yes, that's higher reps, but it still falls under that anaerobic training because we're not extending that for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So getting some of that work done, so working that energy system, as well as adding in that aerobic, that longer energy system, that longer duration exercise. So combining the two is what the metabolic training is, what we're going to be looking for within that training to help make each individual energy system more efficient.
Yeah, that's a great description. And just schedule-wise on when we do these. So we offer, obviously, our regular strength training program and scheduling Monday through Saturday, right? Mornings and afternoons, except Saturday, not in the afternoon. So on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we offer essentially a choice. There can be up to 6 or 8 people that schedule and follow a structured resistance training program. But there's also whatever coach is in that morning has kind of free will and has a lot of like a long leash as far as the creativity that they can make and essentially write up a metabolic workout kind of on the fly, or something maybe that they would do in, not necessarily that you'll see these types of exercises on the program or things like that. So it can be really fun for people. So Wednesdays, it falls perfectly for, somebody that comes in and has strength training 4 days a week. If they're here on Monday and Tuesday, awesome strength days, and then they come back, they're planning to do a Thursday, Friday, that Wednesday is what, Wednesday and Saturday is what I think we would maybe term like an active recovery day.
Active recovery.
So
yes.
you don't want to do nothing. And, mobility and just locomotion in general is going to help keep the recovery process moving throughout the week, with the emphasis obviously on those 2 strength days on either side. So this is why we offer these metabolic workouts that you don't even have to actually sign up for and schedule with us here, because they can be scaled up and they can be scaled way down. So let's talk a little bit about what a metabolic workout could do for you as far as physiology. You got some benefits, Damon?
So the benefits that I see from the Met workouts is, 1, improving your cardiovascular health. That's one big thing that I see out of it. It's to be able to help you get that. Also, it's kind of like the endurance phase a little bit. It's getting that muscular endurance going, but it's also going into just having that active recovery, like you said. So just working on that range of motion, still trying to keep that heart rate up, and at the same time, still trying to work through each and every rep and each and every set through it. So
yeah, and I think not to, there's a misconception that with people still that I need to go and do just a bunch of cardio or a bunch of metabolic workouts to burn as many calories as possible. But we've discussed a couple times before that calorie burning during the workout is the calories that you're burning right now, but real fat loss happens when your body's metabolism is burning fat throughout the day, not necessarily just while you're exercising. So a term for this would be excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Short term would be EPOC. And essentially this is, you can increase your calorie burn by doing metabolic workouts, and essentially your body takes over the work for you once you're done exercising. So it's the continuation of calorie burns after your workout. So EPOC is a really good thing, because people will ask, like, how can I optimize my hour here? How can I burn as many calories as possible? And like, we'll tell them, we're here to focus on strength gains and exercises that are going to help you build muscle, and in return the building of muscle is going to help you burn the calories when you're not physically active or working out. I think another thing that people like on the Wednesday and Saturday when they do the Met is the time efficiency.
Very much so.
Yeah, usually about,
they can range 25 to 45 minutes depending on what the workout is.
Yeah,
but they're effective enough and efficient enough that you can get quality work in that 25 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it would be like max results in minimum amount of time, but for the goal of having that kind of active recovery day, right? It's not max results as far as, I'm going to come in and burn a bunch of fat on this day just because I cranked out a metabolic workout in 45 minutes. It's just a good schedule-wise thing to slip in maybe once or twice a week around your primary resistance training, which is what we push here on people. So if you're curious about it, Wednesdays and Saturdays, you don't need to schedule. You can come in here at Legacy, check it out. And oftentimes there's groups. So people, they have fun doing it. And it's a little bit of a different vibe from, our regular program. I think what Damon was touching on earlier with cardio endurance, it's going to condition your heart and lungs, obviously, because you're working at a higher intensity. And in ways it can promote muscle growth as well. Just, blood circulation, things like that, in our next pod, actually next week, we're going to talk about some recovery type stuff. We've gotten questions before, like, we'll get pretty creative because we have a pretty big exercise library in our heads. So we'll get creative with the exercises. But what would you guys tell somebody that's like, why am I doing this crazy, athletic exercise? Or why am I doing like skater jumps or something, like a burpee to a broad jump. Like, how are you countering or having a conversation with somebody that's questioning, some exercises that we might love, but they're like, why the heck am I doing this?
So at least for a couple examples, not name dropping anybody, but I had ice skaters on one of them, and somebody was asking, why are we doing this? I don't understand the concept of this. And I told them it's to just change the variety of your system, moving in patterns that you're not used to, moving side to side. When are you really going to be doing that on your day to day? I mean, granted, it might
sidestepping the dog as it came around the couch. You were able to sidestep, plant, be secure, didn't tweak your knee because we did skaters. You hopped out the way.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah. So you're saying you're trying to introduce things, but you never, like, you're talking about lateral steps. Like, there could be lateral steps in everyday life. So being able to show like the variety, as much as you can, and you might not think like, your standard, barbell bench press, whatever, all these things. So we'll try to incorporate a lot of kind of athletic performance type movements, because a lot of times you run into those, I think, a lot more in, day-to-day life, outside of just needing the strength that you need. And that's obviously where you get when you're doing your strength training with us. To get on a little bit more of a technical level, insulin sensitivity. So it can improve your insulin sensitivity doing metabolic workouts, because it can help regulate your blood sugar levels, which in our demographic, a lot of people keep an eye on. And I think that's just, it's not always about burning the calories and burning the fat. There's other benefits that, there's underlying things that can help. So Tara, you're pretty good with, I would say, a variety or creating different types of met workouts. You want to explain? I liked the card one that you did with the deck of cards. So why don't you run us through that and give us an example of like what a met, like how creative it can be, and like people are coming in like, why is there a deck of cards right here? Like, is this deck of cards about to show me how to work out, or am I going to hit like a blackjack right now? Like, what's going on?
All right. So for my mets, I like to make it more interactive, give you more of a feel like I'm making my own workout type situation, because you come in every day, the workout's set, the plan is set, and you're going to do that workout.
Yeah.
So just to make it more fun, a little more relaxed, especially on Wednesday and Saturdays, the mets are a little more relaxed than when we do come in, do the strength workouts. So that particular workout, so we got 4 suits. Each suit is going to represent a different number of reps. So randomly, I don't know, say clubs are 15, diamonds are 20, spades 25, and hearts 30. Some
hearts
random
at 30.
numbers. Hearts at 30.
Tough love.
Very much so. And then so those are the reps from 2, I think, to 8. No, 2 to king. You write all the numbers out, all the card faces, and then you just write an exercise. Random exercise. We got squats. We got push-ups. We might have high knees. We might have those skaters. Just, I don't even know how many that is. What, 12, 11, 13, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That many exercises with the ACE being, okay, I'm a track person. I like to run. So with the ACE being a run.
That's
and
good.
then, so however many people it is, or up to 6 cards, you just take a card, you flip it over. Whatever number that matches, that's what exercise you do. And then for the suits, that's how many reps you do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really thinking she was about to pull like the Ray Lewis, like with the number pops up, that's how many push-ups you do. I was like, is she really about to say this right now?
Nah. And it feels more so like they always like to blame me. They call my Mets terror killers. Side note. But on this one, you can't blame me because I didn't make the workout. You did. I just gave you the tools to create your own workout. Right. So that's on you, not on me.
You were drawing your own destiny right there with the cards. So that's just an example of like just how fun and crazy it can get with the metabolic. So great as far as a supplement, I would say, to your strength training first and foremost, most important. You're going to get the most benefits and see the most progress with consistency there. But if you're looking for something, you want to move around on a day that you're not going to be doing some strength training but still get some work done, come in, check out the Mets. They're fun. There's usually a group going at it. And you'll feel, I would say, great afterwards. Maybe not immediately afterwards, but in the rest of the day, you're going to feel like you got a good amount accomplished, again, in that time efficiency. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right there on the Mets. Next week, going to get a little bit into some recovery stuff as far as supplements. We've been getting a lot of questions on both pre and post-workout supplement recommendations. And yeah, we'll be back next week with some more good stuff.
Thank you so much for listening to the Healthy Living Scottsdale Podcast. Do you have a question that you'd like for us to answer live on the podcast? If so, all you need to do is head over to the Apple Podcast app on your iPhone and do 3 simple things. First, leave us a rating and review telling me what you think of the podcast. In that review, ask anything you want related to health, fitness, or nutrition. And if you want a shout out, leave us your Instagram handle or name. That's all you have to do. Then listen to hear your questions answered live on the next Q&A episode.